Well, friends, I just want to touch base with you for the time being. It is the 18th of June, and time for some more reflection, particularly, I guess, in terms of the COVID-19 and church life and the way ahead there, but also, I think to reflect on some of the issues that emerge out of looking at the book of Revelation and COVID-19 and also the story of Job. And so I thought I'd begin by just thinking about our theology and practice and the principle of trusting God. The challenge of not knowing stuff creates in us a degree of frustration and fear, doesn't it? There are times when we wonder, God, what are you doing? Why this? Why now? And the book of Job in the Old Testament actually sort of drives us to work through that sort of questioning at the personal level. Here is a godly guy who gets smashed physically and emotionally, and we as readers know that Satan has been given permission to do all this, and yet in spite of it all that sort of yuck and mess in his life, Job himself actually comes through, and more to the point, God comes through for Job. The thing is, even as Christians, we must acknowledge our own limitations. And we realise that God is God and that we don't know all that there is to know. And that really that requires a great deal of trust, doesn't it? But I also want to say that looking at and learning from Job and indeed the book of Revelation and indeed all of God's Word, there is a sense in which we can and we do have much better understanding and insight available to us than perhaps we first realise. There's much more information and substance that we can and should draw on in order to maintain a life of faith. In that we're not totally in the dark at all. God's Word is a lamp and a light, and we can see stuff, and we can make the most of the light that we have by shining that light onto our lives and living it out. And ultimately, a little bit of light really makes a big difference in all the darkness. You see, what light looks like an absolute disaster and utter chaos for Job, and indeed for us in our world, may not be as random and as chaotic as we might first expect. For there is one who sits on the throne, remembering that the Lion is the Lamb. And we do have insights from heaven by which we get a glimpse of God's ways, his rule and his plans, and indeed his purposes. And while it might look ugly from some angles, from an earthly perspective you might say, the finished product is awesome and stunning. I've seen the plans, I know the architect and the builder. His ways are higher. There are times when I don't get it, that's certainly true. You go, well, why do that? Why would you let that happen, Lord? But hey, I wouldn't have conceived of the cross either to bring about the salvation of book. And ultimately, what do I know? But there are moments when I reflect on God's Word, his glory and his ways, and I say, yes, I think I'm starting to see it now. I'm going to trust you. Isaiah 55, favourite passage of mine. Seek the Lord while he may be found. Call on him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake their ways and the unrighteous their thoughts. Let them turn to the Lord and he will have mercy on them, and to our God, for he will freely pardon. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, and neither are my ways your ways, declares the Lord. As high as the heavens are above the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts, says the Lord. Well, I hope that helps and encourages you. You might not have all the answers, but you've got all that you need, and you know that God is on your side when you put your trust in him. Some other information, I guess, that I'm keen to share in lots of ways. Firstly, is that recording for the Sunday message will take place again on Saturday at the church at 10 o'clock. Please message me if you want to attend that. It won't be a full-on service, but it will be come and join in that time there where we record the message for the following day. And that'll happen for the next couple of weeks as well. So let me know if you want to be there for that recording. That'll be terrific. There's a maximum of 50, but I don't think we'll get 50, but you can surprise me if you like. The other thing I want to mention to you too is that it looks like July the 5th will be the starting date for us to relaunch church in this post-COVID-19 period, and that's pretty exciting. Yet I must say it may not necessarily be business as usual, in that there's still likely that there'll be a number of restriction and protocols to follow. But nevertheless, it looks like July 5th will be making a start on site with no limitation in terms of numbers of people that will affect us in our facility and building. So pencil it in, be ready, be prepared, be there. It's exciting. With this in mind, though, I'm wanting to actually see who might be able to sort of help out with this whole relaunch of church life. And I'm thinking we're going to need some people to volunteer and be willing to help and facilitate these services. And so I'm wondering if there might be someone who perhaps might be willing to sing a song or do a reading or have a poem to share, perhaps share their testimony, perhaps be willing to pray, and also people to help cleaning and set up and sound and video and computers and stuff to find out who's going to be available as we kick things off again. Our usual roster system has gone a bit out the window at the moment, but it's time to sort of gear up and get back into the groove. And so there are some things that we need to attend to and sort of start picking up again. So if you can let me know about what you might be willing to do and prepared to do, that's terrific, and we'll be in touch, and that'd be great. So I'd like to hear from you, and you can tell me sort of how you can help and what you're prepared to do. In addition, I am hoping that we'll also be able to facilitate a kids ministry program as part of that relaunch, and so we're going to need some volunteers and leaders again for that as well. The other news too is that home groups for Bible studies and stuff can resume, or there's not more than 20 people visiting your home at one time and stuff. So that's a relatively new opportunity there. Some groups may choose just to remain functioning on Zoom for the time being, but there's certainly that capacity now to actually meet face-to-face in someone's home as well. We still need to be very, very conscious and vigilant regarding hygiene and safety. We want to do our best in that regard. Also, let me say that there is a written update on the way with a lot of this information available, and with that is just a few survey questions as well. And so if you could respond to that in due course when it comes to you, that would be really, really helpful. Please, I want to encourage you to provide some feedback, ask questions, send me a message on the phone if you like, or a Facebook message. That sort of feedback will be very, very helpful. Hope you have a great week, and we'll catch up soon. Thank you very much. See you later. Bye.